And welcome back. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and today we wanted to tackle the topic of mental illness and the stigma that surrounds it. So 8 on Your Side has some answers for you today, and joining me now is Dr. Wendy Rice on behalf of TampaBayParenting.com. Doctor, thanks for being here. This is a very big topic that we're really dealing with a lot now these days, right?
It's a huge topic across areas of the news and areas of all of our lives, especially with the violence and the concern that mental illness is contributing to all the violence.
So why do you think there's such a secrecy about the diagnosis and the treatment of mental illness in the first place?
It goes back hundreds and hundreds of years when people thought the devil was living inside of people and it had to be excised, and they were doing lobotomies and they didn't know, and people with severe mental illness were scary to people, and people shun things that they don't understand and can't make sense of. So it's so long-standing. And even though now we know that it's brain-based and we know that life stressors can trigger things, I think most people who don't deal with mental illness don't understand what it is.
Right.
And they don't understand what it's like to live inside a body or a brain that has a lot of anxiety and can't stop the worrying thoughts, or a brain that hears voices and can't figure out if it's real or not real.
Yeah, it seemed like a quiet topic in the past. Now when we're seeing like these instances in the news now, you know, people bring up that term a lot, mental illness. This could be one of those cases. So we're going to be learning a lot more about it for sure. How about in terms of when you were working in the health field, and you are with kids, you found that kids are kids. What did you mean by that?
So years ago, in the beginning of my career, when I was still in graduate school, I worked at Bellevue Hospital, which is a world-renowned psychiatric hospital that's been around for ages. And I worked on the inpatient adolescent unit, and those kids were really sick. But they had recreation time every day, and we'd go up to the rooftop. It was called the bird cage. And those kids who had such serious mental illness would make up dances, and they would sing, and they would play basketball, and they suddenly appeared so healthy.
Right.
And it really said to me, no matter what the problems are, kids are kids and people are people. Okay. They just are people with difficulties.
And you yourself suffer from ADHD, is that correct?
I do.
Okay.
Now the world knows.
But I mean, a lot of people do, right?
A lot of people do. I didn't know until I was in my mid-30s, and it answered so many questions for me. So instead of thinking that I was a moron and incapable, I suddenly realized I have all these pockets of smarts with some specific areas that I struggle with.
Well, and that helps for patients who can look at the doctor and say, you know what I'm going through if they have the issue.
All right. See my desk.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
All right, stay